Hey everyone, this is Ryan from PickUp Artists Season 2. Welcome to my first weblog. I won! Definitely good to be able to admit to the fact that I did win episode 4. I had a feeling this would be a good episode, and I think it was. But now to give you a little recap with some additional information that you might have missed. Starting at the beginning. Obviously, I figured at some point there would be a competition involving intimate contact of some form with the fairer sex. Obviously, last season it was the kissing. This season turned out to be erogenous zones. When Aaron and Whitney first came out, obviously I recognized them to being lovely ladies, straight out. Hard for me to decide really which one I found more attractive. They both kind of hit different archetypes. Aaron was going for more of the sophisticated, mature woman, whereas Whitney seemed to go a little bit more towards the schoolgirl ingenue kind of thing. Ultimately, I think I'd say I found Aaron a little more attractive, but that could have just been because she actually talked and I was able to see there was something going on upstairs, whereas Whitney was mostly just standing there looking pretty. There was a bit more to the lesson than what you saw on TV. You might have seen the clips here or there in the teasers. She did actually have us at one point stand up and close our eyes and imagine we were with a beautiful woman and just kind of explore our sensuality, I guess. But probably for the best that wasn't something they featured on TV. Though some of you ladies might beg to differ. Of course, next up was the challenge itself, making out with, well, to a degree, with Aaron in the pillow room. Wasn't too keen on the wait, since I ended up being last. I got to be able to think about what was going on, what was going to happen, plus seeing the people as they left the room, though I tried to avoid it. Of course, it certainly didn't help that Brian left the door open and I got to hear everybody, yeah, cheering. That definitely didn't help since I was just about to go into the room. But I went in and, for my first time, it's understandable. I'm a little clumsy and uncertain, but I think I did pretty good. I definitely had fun. I hope Aaron did as well. I tried to hit all the major spots, though it was dark. Had I known she was wearing that little number that had her belly exposed, I probably would have gone for a navel as well. But I think I hit all the erogenous zones and enjoyed myself. So you got to start somewhere. One of the things you may have noticed if you were paying attention, while they were waiting, Matt and Simeon were talking. Well, Kobe, actually amongst us guys, became Simeon's nickname, King of Bad Ideas. And of course, No Pants Till 11 was definitely one of his Kobe moments. But yeah, good to see at least one of the nicknames made it out there. Of course, one of the other ones Matt had come up with, Hot Carl, was obviously Carl's nickname as well. I think those were the only two nicknames that kind of popped up in the house. Yeah, of course, while I was, in the pillow room with Aaron, I would have liked if I could have talked and, been able to get a little input on how she was feeling, any areas she wanted me to work on or whatever. But, que sera. As far as the challenge went, actually got a little bit more success in the club than you got to see on TV. when I went, obviously, I wasn't expecting to necessarily open that set initially, but since they hooked me, I guess, I went with it. I was obviously initially targeting the blonde, but she disappeared off to get beers, I guess. So I had to redirect my game towards the lovely brunette, who was also attractive. Not sure why the blonde kind of went off, but whatever. Eventually, though, she came back with the guy, and the guy even bought me a beer, which I thought was very thoughtful and definitely counted towards social proof, I guess. Didn't really drink at it too much because I don't really like the taste of beer, but I appreciated it and explained it to the group, and they seemed to appreciate it. But also, I not only danced with the brunette on the floor, but what you didn't see, the other two girls joined us. So I was actually dancing with 3 women at the same time. And some of the looks on the guys in the club were just like, how, what the? Which I got a giggle out of. If you check right, at least at the moment, I have it on my MySpace. So you can see a photo of the 3 of us just after our little dance. They were even there were some lovely ladies, so it was definitely a good time. So I was actually isolating the brunette yet again by taking her to the bar. I would have liked to have actually kissed her on the lips, but unfortunately the gambit didn't work very well since she had her cheek towards me the whole time, and it's kind of hard to reach around without coming off creepy, I think. But you know, a kiss on the cheek is fine by me as well. Of course, I tried to contain my enthusiasm for how well I did. I was pretty much certain that I was going to win, but I was trying to contain it until it was announced. Thus, the little giggle that came out when it actually was declared that I had been the winner of the challenge. I am a little sad that I wasn't able to pick a wings, but Mystery obviously decided that was not part of my award this time around. Though initially I was going, I kind of went through Simeon and Brian, both very high energy, and I figured they do well enough on their own. Matt, of course, my best friend in the house, initially was actually the first thought of my head, but he seemed that he did so well that I didn't think he needed it, so that left me down to Greg and Todd. Greg, actually to this point had been kind of aloof and off from the group, aside from lessons and challenge, so I didn't really know him that well, and I was actually pretty good friends at this point with Todd, I like to think. So, especially since I figured Greg could use the benefit of having the fire under him, of being down to the possibly in the final 2 for elimination, I would have given my wingmanship to Todd. So I was a little saddened that I couldn't give him the help that he might have needed. That would have ultimately helped him stay around. I really was surprised when I was sitting in the room waiting for the last people to come in, that the 2 people who I had considered to any degree were the 2 that ended up being the last ones. Yep. Running out of time for YouTube build. So yeah, it was definitely kind of freaky. Almost as bad being the one who won and not being have anybody to go with me than to be in the final 2, I think. But definitely, good show. I enjoyed it. Of course, it always feels good to win. And talk to you later, I guess. Bye.